Kosta picked me up in his Russian space Mercedes and proceeded to show me around the old and beloved town of Kostroma. They both were apprehensive of being on camera at first because they were embarrassed of their English. But after they saw in the first episode how confident Georgi was in his, they too warmed up to this. And you say this is the best ice cream in the world?
Yes, for sure. For sure, this is the best ice cream in the world.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, I don't know that I've had definitively better ice cream than this. So it might be the best ice cream in the world.
But it's not only my opinion. It's opinion of the most people
In
Russia?
Russia?
In Russia who eat this ice cream.
Да.
Из-за леса черного привезли его огромно. Девушки бегут, кто за казину везут. Опа. Сколько было красоты, сколько было грации, когда лежала ты со мной в новой комбинации.
Am I allowed to go dance with this guy? Kostroma was immediately a different experience than the big cities. I felt like my finger was on the pulse of the Russian ideal. We visited the famous cathedral in town, and it was so authentic that the nuns hated us due to our modernist ways. You can't compare. Okay, so we were talking outside while you were outside, and I was asking how you guys met, and she said that you slid into her DMs. Do you know what that means? You messaged her on Instagram.
Almost.
Yeah. Can you show me what your profile picture is? Show the camera what your profile picture is.
Okay.
I followed him and I saw that he's so pretty.
Yeah. You're a pretty penguin. Yeah. Kosta and Irina showed me some fun Russian apps because this country is one of the best at being a threat to cybersecurity.
The name of application is Get Contact.
Yeah. And you just put anybody in?
Yeah. You just put a number of anybody, like I put it now of my girlfriend here, and we can see 77 names, how she's written in other contacts, and you can.
There's one that was written in English. Go down a little bit. The up, the fire emoji. It says Miss Steele.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Eye of God is an even crazier application that essentially gives every bit of information about anyone whose phone number you have, from plate numbers to even government documents and permits. But the simple part of these apps is that if you want to take part, you yourself must give up your information.
Take all this information, and most people don't read it. Just okay, and they download all your contacts.
Oh my God!
It's crazy, yeah. So,
am I in here?
No.
Thank God.
They said it's your number. They said we can't find anything about this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm off the grid.
Yeah.
Kvass? It kind of reminds me of like tea. So it's like a bread drink.
Yeah, but not alcoholic. You don't like it?
I do and I don't. It's really, really weird. It's like I could taste this without you telling me it's bread, and I know it's bread. That's the funny part about it. Actually, nice. Babushka.
Russian babushka.
Da. So, due to religious reasons, you have to put this on. Wow, the outfit just changed so much. Just 2 articles of clothing, and you're like a completely different person. Oh, big yawn. When we arrived at Kosta's house, my silly little mind was blown. It was then that I realized that I had been taken in by a Russian millionaire. It's so small. This is like the best house on the entire neighborhood. Right? The house was a marvel of luxury living with excellent usage of space and minimalist design. I happened to be visiting while Kosta was building many additions, like a big pool in the backyard and some additional levels here and there. When I asked what his job was, Irina responded with only, "He has lots of them." Well, Kosta had some work to do at the office, so me and Irina went to the supermarket to get some ingredients for a Russian shashlik, or a barbecue. But first I had to try Russian McDonald's. We're good? We're going? Okay, so we're at McDonald's, basically. Because McDonald's, like we said, McDonald's pulled out of Russia in protest of some things. And we're trying this for the first time. I had to try this before I go. That is so weird. That milkshake was so weird. Double cheeseburger. Oh, you're filming on both phones? It's so funny. Yeah, that's better than American McDonald's. Oh. I thought it would be too, but I was wondering. The fries are not as good, but just the cheese sauce?
Yeah, try it.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm not knowing about this. It's a cold cheese sauce. Yeah, it's actually not bad. Tender? Oh yeah. And a nugget. I already know this is gonna be better than McDonald's in America. Yeah, the burger's better. The fries are not better. This is good, and this is good. This is weird.
Weird?
Yeah, it's a chocolate milkshake, but it tastes like black licorice or something like that.
Oh.
All right, Russian McDonald's. Yeah, we do that in the South. We don't eat chicken heads though. Kind of dark. And so we got our groceries and headed back to the Kostroma compound to hang out for a bit before preparing the shashlik. I walked around Kosta's beautiful land and approached the pond and listened to its cacophony of Russian frogs. It reminded me a bit of Georgia's swamps back home, except the language of the frogs was completely different. So I just throw this potato on this in the fire?
Yeah.
Da?
Yeah. And we wait about 40 minutes until it will be ready. Yeah.
How many?
You can more.
More?
10. This is what we made.
Oh my god.
This is what we made in our childhood, and it was the best food for us.
Da.
Just make a fire and put
Potatoes.
some potato inside. Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah, I think it's okay. Maybe some more. This one is also popular.
I was so grateful to be able to sit down to a beautiful and nourishing meal with such an amazing little family. Today was Kosta's 37th birthday, and again I felt so lucky to be a part of this special moment.
37.
Да?
Yeah. For me, I feel almost same when I was 25.
30. The number.
You see the flowers? Actually, I just put it like this. Just a bit. It's enough.
And you picked this, right?
Yeah, I picked it by myself. It took me it took me like 2 hours to pick tea for the entire year.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
And this is the first time I'm hearing of this, right? You have not told me before that you picked this yourself.
and
You haven't been telling me all night.
and the taste is similar to normal tea, but much more natural.
Yeah.
And it's very healthy.
Yeah, I was
And
reading
100% natural.
I was reading about all the health benefits. Oh yeah, it's kind of minty.
Yeah,
You know mint?
I added some.
Oh, you added some mint.
Yeah.
That.
Трава.
What did she make you?
Yeah.
Kostya. I see the resemblance.
Same.
Kostya. Spasiba, Maya. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Oh my god! Whoa! That is insane! Oh. All right, so the 12-year-old is now driving, da? Mark? Da.
Покажи тоже палец. Только не
Yeah, the seat's gotta go way up. He's so far up. Oh my god.
Came to child seat.
Yeah. It's like a video game for him. Oh my god.
GTA?
Yeah, this is GTA.
А где тут?
You got this. We're good. What if he just books it? That'd be so funny.
No, it's not allowed.
Yeah.
На аудио лучше, конечно. Вообще жесть, как на том ездить.
He's saying Audi's better.
We drove the kids back to their mother's house, and even though I had only known them for a few hours, we'd become close. They were already asking about when I would return, and I was sad to say that I did not have an answer. Alright, we are going into Kostya's banya. Anya. Just did my first sauna. Oh.
You look good.
Spasiba. Yeah, it feels, oh my god, it feels great out here. Very good. Round 2 in the sauna complete. Oh. Feeling good, honestly. Feels good.
Yeah. Tell me tomorrow, how did you sleep?
Okay, yeah.
Have something like this in...
Yeah, I guess I would describe it as modern architecture. Yeah, we do have things like this. But kind of the other houses in this neighborhood, we don't have. Like the other kind of style.
From bricks, from old bricks, big bricks.
Those are cool, but I like this. Because it reminds me of maybe like Los Angeles a little bit. Those kind of style of the houses that came around in like the modernist.
You can find such houses.
Oh my god, it's cold.
For me, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, because you're Russian, you know, here it's like...
Maybe I just used to...
Just that breeze, though, it's pretty cold. Especially when you just get out of the hot, it's like nice. After a few hits of the banya, Kosta agreed to answer a few questions. Just tell me about what it was like growing up in the Soviet Union.
It was not really Soviet Union, it was early 90s. I was like 5 years, 6 years old, and I remember things that if my mom or parents brought to the house some bananas, it was for us like a big event. And this bananas was green, not really tasty, but it was so seldom things to this time. They was so expensive they were so expensive for my family that it was like, I don't know. I even can't find any compare comparison to more to nowadays nowadays times. And I remember when I was a child until maybe 10 years, I ate bananas like maybe a few times, maybe 5 times, a bit more, less than 10 times. And every time it was a big event.
Can you tell me about when you would go get bread for your mom? You'd go to the store?
Yeah. I remember clear the time when, for example, my mom asked me to buy some milk or something in shop. I went to the shop, and it was 90% of shops was empty. Shelves, fridges empty, and you can only see some maybe some couples of packaging of milk, maybe something more. I just remember it was empty. You just say, I want bread or milk. They just give you milk and bread, and you will go to you are going to your house back, and you will eat this bread and drink milk maybe. And it was nothing, really nothing. It was no chocolates, no chocolate in our town. In Moscow, I think they had this, but our town was very poor, like most of Russia, and we had nothing, really nothing. But it changed very fast since Soviet Union collapsed, and many Western companies came to Russia, and many goods were imported to Russia from Europe, from America. And I remember many American advertisement in my childhood. And actually our generation grew up with American food, all this American food stuff, also in America, like Coke for sure, Dr. Pepper, Pringles, all this is from our childhood. So there are two totally different times: Soviet time and early 90s until 1993 or 1994. 1994 I was 7, and starting from 1995 it changed really rapidly to almost to modern, to the condition like now, with many food everything.
And you said your grandfather reflects upon the Soviet times fondly because that was his adolescent period, and you disagree with him.
Most of older people, they think the best times were at Soviet time, because I don't know why they cannot explain it clearly. I think because the real fact was they were young, they had job, they just remember their best time. It doesn't matter if it was Soviet Union or not Soviet Union. But for our generation, like me, like 35, we think it was bad time for Russia, for our parents, because we know real stories how the people lived there. They waited for car, or the simplest car, for 15 years. You pay first, and you wait 15 years for the car. You wait for everything. You need to stay in lines whole day to get some sugar, everything. Yeah, it was not good time, I think, for people. Soviet times.
And it's interesting that your grandfather reflects upon the time fondly, even though when they traveled abroad to Egypt, your mother as a child had to stay as collateral, so to make sure they would come back.
Yeah, it was like this. Yeah, and they just didn't meet with each other for 2 years. For every child, 2 years is a huge period. When you're adult, 2 years is like this. It's very fast. For child, like from 8 to 10, child as 8 in 8. And child is 10, two different people, two different child. So my mother, I know this very good. He still worried. I don't know if word correct about the situation. He still feel pain about the situation that they left here in Russia. This is what you need to know about Soviet Union. It's not humanic country. It was not human-oriented country. They didn't think about people. They thought only about greatness, about military, about image of Soviet Union abroad, and people here suffered.
And so we took a few more turns of the Russian banya and really had a blast of it. I felt all strain in my life that had been translated to my body perspiring out of me, and I was left a softly tired but entirely resolved shell. Kosta beat my ass. The night, it was still. The morning was brand new. Yeah.
$15.
He has a Porsche too? When I asked why he doesn't use the Porsche, he replied, referring to the car, "He attracts too much attention." We took a little drive to a nearby fishing town, also part of the Golden Ring. It offered yet another look into the wide possibility of Russia. Which way should I bite it? Here or here? Like this?
This is better.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's really good. Oh wow. It's really good. Borscht. Okay, borscht. Biggest Russian thing that there is, really.
No, to tell the truth, it's Ukrainian.
What?
It's Russian,
I'm
Ukrainian.
gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Yeah.
Nice. It's a bit sweet, right? Kind of.
Yeah, it is a little sweet. Russia is one of the most interesting countries in the world because of its historical circumstances. The country is constantly in the middle of an intense conflict. There has really never been a peacetime throughout the entirety of its existence. And they never win either. They always lose. And things are destroyed. Buildings, statues, street signs, entire governments, lives. And then they try their darndest to rebuild as quickly as they can, but usually it's destroyed before it can be completed. But somehow, by some miracle, the country has this continuous state of being that, while maybe it isn't prosperous, it is still respectable. You can say what you want about Russia, but its people deserve all the respect in the world because they will see their country destroyed again and again and again, but still they find a way to live the same beautiful life. These people have instilled in themselves an indestructible foundation from within, and that is what you can see when you come here. Пока. Kosta had work in St. Petersburg, and so he had to leave us. I'm confident that this was not goodbye forever. Irina let me sleep for a bit, and then we went out with a friend of theirs. They have this ongoing joke with him that they think he's gay, so literally any time they go abroad, they get him some sort of gay souvenir. This time it was a pair of gay socks from their trip to Dublin. We walked a little downtown, and then they dropped me off at the train station. I boarded a train head to Moscow and thought about every goodbye and what each of them had meant. I arrived on little sleep but felt like I was home again, in Moscow, Russia, of all places. But I had a plane to catch, and it was to a far different place than this. The American left Russia with no problem and headed to the Middle East, an entirely different beast. As the plane took off, I thought about the quiet of home and how life just carries on regardless of your blessing. So you mustn't drag your boots lest they be all scuffed up for the next big dance. Here comes the copacetic cowboy, last tango in Azerbaijan.